Imagine waking up one morning to find that every dollar, every coin, every savings account in the world had just quietly changed its meaning. No headlines, no riots. Just one man on television saying a few simple words that rewired the global economy forever. It was August 15th, 1971. President Richard Nixon appeared before the American public and said he was taking temporary action. What he really did was kill money as humanity had known it for centuries. What if I told you that single announcement still controls your rent, your grocery bill, and the price of everything you own right now? This is the story of the day money died. For most of modern history, money wasn't just paper. It was a promise. Every dollar once represented real gold, locked away in vaults at Fort Knox. You could, in theory, exchange your paper note for actual metal. That system, the gold standard, was a global handshake of trust. It kept inflation low, governments disciplined, and citizens confident that their savings meant something tangible. But by the late 1960s, that trust was crumbling. America was spending billions on the Vietnam War and social programs at home. Gold reserves were draining. Foreign nations began demanding gold for their dollars, and soon the U.S. faced a choice: go broke or change the rules. To understand what happened, imagine money as a movie ticket. When you buy one, it's only valuable because you can exchange it for a seat, for something real. But in 1971, Nixon essentially said, "We're keeping the tickets, but the movie is canceled." That's what closing the gold window meant. Foreign governments could no longer redeem dollars for gold. The paper became its own reality. From that moment, money was no longer backed by anything but trust. Economists called it fiat currency, from the Latin meaning "let it be done." In other words, money was money because the government said so. At first, no one really understood the consequences. Prices rose a little, then a lot. Within a decade, inflation exploded. Oil prices quadrupled, wages stagnated. The world's first fully detached monetary system was born, and we're still living in it today. Once money lost its anchor, the game changed. Politicians could print as much as they wanted. Debt became infinite. The 1970s turned into a nightmare. Gas lines stretched for miles. Interest rates hit 20%. Ordinary families saw their savings vanish in real time. The dollar, once as good as gold, now bought less every year. But something else happened, too. Wall Street adapted. Debt became the new fuel. Instead of saving gold, people borrowed paper. Credit cards, mortgages, government bonds, all of it was built on confidence that the system would hold. The old world of sound money was gone, and in its place, a new machine of endless growth was born. Fragile, powerful, and unstoppable. Every crisis since then traces back to that one night in 1971. The housing bubble, the 2008 crash, even today's inflation. All are symptoms of a system untethered from reality. When money can be printed infinitely, debt becomes a habit, not a warning. And inequality grows because those closest to the money printer, governments, corporations, and banks, benefit first. By the time it reaches everyone else, prices have already gone up. Your rent, your groceries, they're not just random. They're echoes of a decision made before most of us were even born. 50 years later, we still live inside the world Nixon created. Our currencies float on nothing but belief. Our wealth is measured in digits, not gold. And yet, we all pretend it's stable. The truth is, money didn't die in 1971. it mutated into something more flexible and more dangerous. When trust breaks again, as it always does, we'll discover what it really means to live without an anchor. So, what do you think? Did Nixon save the world from collapse, or start a financial illusion that's still unraveling today? Let's talk about it in the comments.